Hey readers, Jill Quinlan here. I'm a romance author, but I love to read. And this playlist I'm dedicating to manifestation because I've read a lot of work on manifestation. So I just wanted to share some of the findings that I got from that. But that'll be in videos to come. In this video, I wanted to talk about the movie Source by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Dr. Joe Dispenza, um, if you don't know of him, he runs these meditation retreats and he's been studying meditation for a long time and has a lot of science behind meditation and the physiological biological changes that occur and the energetic changes that occur, most importantly, in the human body when they meditate. And so he's been working with researchers over time documenting what happens because his initial theory was like, if something's happening when you meditate, we should be able to measure the changes that occur. And surprisingly, they have found that. And that's what Source was all about. So if you haven't seen the movie, it's free this weekend, but you're going to miss it by the time you watch this video. So hopefully you find it somewhere. But that whole movie was about basically about Dr. Joe Dispenza's work and the cutting edge research and everything that they're finding, not only with experienced meditators, but also people who are brand new to it, having dramatic changes occur in like a week. So this video is actually about my own, what we call mystical experience. If you're a Dr. Joe student, which I am, my own mystical experience at one of his workshops that really, it was so profound. And I guarantee you're not going to believe me once I tell you what happened to me. And I certainly didn't believe it. Just a little bit of background. I've been studying Dr. Joe's work for a very long time. I've read all of his books. I've watched his videos, YouTube channel. I've been to, years ago, he did, when he first was doing progressive retreats. I've done the progressive retreat, I've done the advanced retreat, I've done the advanced follow-up retreat. He then started doing longer, week-long advanced workshops, which I've also done. And so this is, we're talking about years, years of me doing the work at home, doing the walking meditations, meditating for an hour. Like really, like meditation has done so many good things in my life, but I'm not going to go into that because I want to share my mystical experience. And I will say, like, after all of this didn't happen till this last workshop I did, which was like 2 years ago. 2 years ago. So I'm trying to think when I first started studying him. But I in my life, I started implementing a retreat a year, sort of just as a retreat from life and a reset. And his workshops are absolutely great for that as well. But so it's been years. And I used to go to these workshops, and it was such a long journey because, first of all, I couldn't even hardly complete them because it is, he keeps you going for a long time. And I didn't have the energy, and I had a lot of pain in my body. And frankly, I was super grumpy, but I kept going back until finally I was able to do the workshop effortlessly because I was finally tapping into source energy. But I will tell you, in my mind, it was like there's a lot of frustration and challenges trying to break down a lot of the natural resistances you have to trying to do the work, and getting your energy raised up so that you can do it. Some people, it seems like, have an easier time than I do, but yeah, that's my journey. But so my mystical experience, I'm going to preface this by saying I've seen many other people have mystical experiences at the workshops. The vibrating, the sounds that come out of them when they are affected by these profound experiences. And I gotta tell you, there's so many times where I'm just like, you're faking it. You guys are a bunch of fakers, whatever, and then boom, it happens to me. So at his workshops, he does these coherence healings, and I got selected for one. I won't tell you. I did apply for the coherence healings, and I won't tell you why, because there's people need to be healed from things that are not always obvious. As in my case, I'm sure I look perfectly healthy to all of you. So I was selected for the coherence healings. Nothing happened really profound on the first healing or the last healing. it was like, oh, that was nice. Thanks for the energy. And, went about my day. It was the second one. It was the second coherence healing where, they have the healee, which I was, the person being healed, lay in the middle of a circle of healers that come in. And so there's 8 of them, right? There's 3 on each side and 1 at the head and 1 at the foot. So I went into the room and I was laying there and I was really practicing being worthy. I'll just remember, I'm going to try to remember some details from my healing, but trying to allow people to love me. I mean, I had this really profound thing at that workshop of allowing other people to love me because I am worthy. And if you know my history, that's a tough thing to try to feel in your life if you have my background, which I won't go into. But and I had this thing of like telling in my heart, you're safe, just get out of the way and just be out of the way. And in meditation, you learn to feel your energy field. So human beings have an energy field that extends outside of them. And so basically I was trying to move my consciousness out of my body more to the periphery so I wouldn't interfere with what the healers are doing, whether it's right or wrong. I'm not saying it's anything that Dr. Joe said to do. It was something I was trying to do to get out of the way. And so that was my own thing. So that's something I did. And just relaxing and feeling love and feeling grateful for the healers. So I'm laying there and they come in and there's chairs they sit in around you. They never touch you. They came in and boom, it was almost like these tendrils of energy from each side came into my abdomen. And it was like, it was such a significant, palpable feeling inside of me that I went, like I could feel it. And then, but these tendrils, and it was a sensation I had never felt before. It's almost like I could feel them entering, because I've had a few experiences where I feel the edge of my field. We are all connected, right? But there's sort of I won't say endpoint, but you can kind of feel like the border, like at the edge, kind of. I don't know how to describe it, but I felt something I've never felt before. Like my nervous system was working in an entirely new way. Where I think after the work, right, I finally had laid down the network to be able to feel those things, right? It's you kind of do have to upgrade your nervous system and your consciousness and your energy, I think. And I think Dr. Joe also talks about this, to be able to go to these higher energy realm dimensions or places, however you want to say it. Anyway, so I felt it. And then they sit down and my entire body starts vibrating, and I had my hands across my abdomen. And do you know how you shake when you're like really cold? It's involuntary shaking. It was more intense than that, and I was not cold. I was laying on a blanket. I was wearing a sweat outfit. I had a blanket on top of me. It was not cold in the room. I had my hoodie on. I had my blindfold on. And I was shaking involuntarily, uncontrollably. And especially like at one point, someone grabbed no one touched me, but it felt like someone or something grabbed my shoulder and was this left shoulder and was moving it back and forth like this. And my arm was shaking like this. And most significantly too, it's almost like the energy got stuck here. It wasn't able to go further, unfortunately. I would have loved to feel it in my pineal gland. But my jaw was rattling like the whole time during the whole meditation, was just rattling to the point that I was like, I hope my teeth are going to be okay. I was not scared. I was just filled with awe and wonder to be feeling this. And I knew that at any time, if I wanted to step out of it, I could, right? I was safe. This was all coming from a place of love. And I just wanted to share that all with you because it was so profound. I know that I am healed of what I've been working on. It has taken, it's not overnight, right? There was healing before and after that point. But that really shook me up. Like, this is real, what Dr. Joe and other people talk about with regards to meditation and energy and experiences that happen and can happen. So anyway, I wish you all well on your healing journey. I'm going to be doing this playlist on manifestation. I'll probably start with some of Dr. Joe's books and probably some other works like from Florence Scovel Shinn and other people, and just share with you some nuggets that I picked up in these books that I've read. So anyway, I hope that helps. Check out Dr. Joe's work. His website is drjoedispenza.com. I am Jewel Quinlan. You can find me at jewelquinlan.com. I'm a romance author. I just love to read and I love to share, and I hope that these videos help you. Bye.